Disclaimer: sexual assault is mentioned a few times throughout the episode. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody. It's Annika LaQuip here, the host and creator of Never Gave a Nine podcast. Y'all, I have someone with me today. I have Rhonda. Hey, Rhonda.
Hi,
How are you doing today?
I am doing amazing.
That's good. So, I met you on social media, but tell everyone about yourself.
So, my name is Rhonda James Woolard. I'm a sexual abuse coach who empowers women to reclaim their power through healing, through the gift of forgiveness, through my coaching programs. And I guide them in releasing shame, embracing their truth, and walking in freedom, one courageous step at a time. And I am a master certified coach. So I specialize in forgiveness and grief coaching. And I'm also so I also hold a master of social work, and I'm a co-author of A Catalyst Change and a recent author. My book, A Time to Heal:
Oh,
7 Steps to Healing and Forgiveness after sexual abuse and assault, came in the mail this week.
okay. Now, I did see that. Okay, and I'm so excited and congratulations about your new book. I can't wait to read it. So I know it's gonna be
Thank you.
beautiful. You're welcome. So, okay, what motivated you to be a coach?
Well, it actually stemmed from it's really interesting. It started off, you mentioned that you met me on social media,
Right.
and that's how it started. It started from a Facebook post. Someone posted on Facebook that they were looking for individuals that were interested in collaborating on a book if they were victims of sexual abuse or domestic violence. And I responded to that post. And so I collaborated with Vanita Council Howard and Angela Dudley. They are victims of domestic violence. And we wanted to empower women to talk about the trauma that they have been through. And the other thing we wanted to do was open up the conversation about mental health, because there is a stigma around mental health.
Right.
But the most important thing that we wanted to highlight was that despite the trauma that we have been through, that God was there with us. And even after we had um, been through the trauma, that he continues to be there with us. So those were the three premises of the book. As a result of starting that journey with the book, I had to confront some things. I had to go through a healing journey with the book. Also, I met individuals that said, what you said is how I felt, or thank you for what you wrote. And I found out about forgiveness coaching through Transformation Academy. And so one of the components was I had forgiven my stepfather years ago. He's deceased. But one of the components of my healing journey was forgiveness for myself. So it was twofold, and it was a part of my healing journey. So I wanted to work with individuals to work on that forgiveness
Mhm.
component.
Yeah, you are definitely right. And the thing about it is, like, forgiveness is very hard to do, and but you got to do it. And I always tell people to forgive, not just for them, but for yourself as well. So
Yes,
yeah,
yes, because when we hold on to those things, we have giving power, whether it is to someone else or to something,
Mm. Right.
and we become stuck. And that was something that had happened to me, and that I didn't realize is that I had been stuck for over 40 years. As intelligent as I was, as educated as I was, as strong as I appeared to be,
Come on now.
as bold, fun loving, courageous as I appeared to be, I was a very broken and stuck person.
Mhm. Yep. That's how it is. Like, yeah, put on a mask even though you're not happy. People don't talk about that a lot. Putting on that mask and have to get up every day and feel like, yeah, I'm okay, I'm good. You're always the okay friend, but you really have things going on. So, yeah, that's amazing that you figured that out and you talked about it. So I saw that you often like post a quote on your social media, and it's called "Healing is like." I'm sorry, let me start over. Healing is like linear, if I'm saying that correctly. Allow yourself to grow. So, how do you relate to that personally?
So, what it means is healing doesn't mean that you're going to have it all together. It does not mean you're going to go in a straight line. And that's something that I talk about in the book, that sometimes you're going to have to revisit some things,
Mm,
because we have to talk about this is real life. This is not a fairy tale. And life is going to knock us down. And that's how it is with healing.
yeah.
Sometimes things are going to come back to us, and we might think, oh, I had that under control. But something might trigger us. And we shouldn't beat ourselves up and say, oh, I thought I had that together.
Mm,
Oh, why am I upset? Why am I crying? Why? No. Give yourself some grace. Pick yourself up. And if you have to start over again, then that's okay. Sometimes you're gonna step back. It's not always gonna be a straight path. Some things may be a straight path, but some things may not be.
mhm. Yep, you're right. I agree with that. Healing is not linear. It's not. It's not. It's like everything that you go through is going to be different changes. And of course, like you said, there's going to be things that you thought wasn't going to trigger you, and it triggers you. So, yeah. And then also another thing, like, I feel as though you should, one, address the situation and not be in denial of what's going on with you. Get help when you need it. So, I like that. I love that quote that you made up. I love that. So what are some most common emotional blocks that you see people navigating through their healing journey, and how do you help them overcome those?
Well, one thing is shame. We
Mm,
have shame.
right,
Well, shame or guilt. Whether it's we blame ourselves for what happened to us, or that we have guilt. We also have fear. We have fear about confronting because it's a trauma.
right,
It's hard to deal with. It's easier. You would think it would be easier to deal with it, but it's harder to deal with what we have been through because it's a lot of emotions. And with the book, A Time to Heal, there are 7 steps to the framework. And the first framework is and it starts with the letters FORGE to make it simple. And the first one is face the truth. And with
mm,
that is you're going to discover this, your name your story. Name your story. What happened to you? Everybody has their own story. The
yep,
next one is open your heart. But we goes back to grace.
mm,
Giving yourself giving yourself grace
right,
for what you did go through. And R is release the weight. That means dropping the guilt, the shame, and the lies. And one of the key components is, because I'm a believer in God, and
Amen.
maybe all the viewers don't believe in God, but for those that do, is that Satan tells us lies, and we have to identify what those lies are,
Right.
and we have to change those lies and identify what the actual truth is. And the other thing we have to realize is that we are the prize.
Come on now.
We were the prize. That's why we were attacked.
Mm.
And the G is go through grace. See, we still keep coming back to grace.
Yep.
God's grace and mercy. We keep coming back to grace. And we have to experience spiritual renewal. Again, it comes back to God's grace, not only for grace for ourselves, but God's grace. And then the I is identify your identity. And it's to reclaim who you are intended to be. Because we all have a purpose in this life. We are here for a reason. God has a purpose for each one of us. But when we don't tackle what we have been through, and we remain stuck, and we allow something or someone to have power over our lives, we cannot move forward. We are sick, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, in our health, our relationships, our careers. And the V is to voice your freedom. That means to speak our truth, not only for ourselves, but for other people. Because when we open up, there is a release for us.
Right.
Because we are not holding it inside of ourselves. Because when we're holding it inside, we are in bondage. Even we don't know it, we are bound. But when we start releasing it, and it doesn't mean, oh, you just tell it all at one time.
Right.
That doesn't mean that. Now, for some person, that might be for somebody, but it might be somebody else. They might have to do a little bit at a time. They might have to do it a step at a time.
Mm. Yeah.
But releasing it could be just chipping away and releasing it. But as you releasing it, then that healing process starts to grow. But the other part of it is healing, speaking your truth is for other people. Because when we tell other people, then we can empower them to start coming out of their bondage. We can start empowering them to get the courage to start talking about what they have been through. For them to get help, whether it's therapy or talking to somebody or writing it in a journal, or whether it's forgiveness or taking back control of their life, whatever their journey may be, we can encourage them. And the other is E, embrace the new you.
Come on now.
And it all is about healing, and it's about taking control, taking back who you are, who God intended for you to be, to walk in his purpose. He wants us to be happy. He wants us to be at peace. He loves us. He, even when we was going through, I went to a retreat last year. It was called the Beauty of Ashes retreat. And we had to do an exercise. And we had to think about what God was doing when we was going through our trauma. And we had to think about whether God, what he was doing. And it could have, some of us thought about he was crying, he was holding our hand, he was whatever he was holding us, whatever he was doing. So he has a purpose for us. And so using these steps in less than a year, I have used these steps and my life has changed. And these is the steps that I'm working with, gonna be working with individuals on.
Okay, come on.
My health is better.
Amen.
I'm not, the word says diabetic, but the numbers don't say diabetic.
Come on.
No
Just speak.
cholesterol. I'm I hit under 200 pounds last week. Praise God.
Amen.
I feel better than I have been, healthier than I've been in years. My therapist released me from therapy about 2 months ago because she said, look, you've reached all your goals now.
That's amazing.
I'm transitioning from the church that I belong to, but I went a couple of Sundays ago and they told me I look like a movie star.
Because you are, period. That's amazing.
And so, like I said, that E says embracing the new you.
Yeah.
And it took confronting, facing the truth, that first step, facing the truth, going through those steps that's in this book, going through these healing steps, facing those lies that Satan had been telling me. Oh, you should be ashamed. You should feel guilty. You deserve what happened to you. You shouldn't talk about what happened to you. Who are you? You just, even though everybody else saw me, I was outgoing. I wasn't not talking about things or everything, but I was two people. I was bold, intelligent, courageous, outgoing, but at the same time, I was a very broken, hurt woman. I was two people. But when I started talking about things, and that's what I want to be able to do through the book, A Time to Heal, 7 Steps to Healing and Forgiveness After Sexual Abuse and Assault. And the thing is, it says in the title, sexual abuse and assault.
Yeah.
But you can use these 7 steps for forgiveness for any type of situation.
Yep.
You just have to remove the words.
Right.
Sexual abuse and assault. It can still be used for other aspects.
That's amazing. Y'all get into this book, okay? And when's it going to launch?
It's already launched.
It's already launched,
and
y'all.
You can purchase the book at yourtimetoheal.net. Okay. Again, it's yourtimetoheal.net. And actually, there is this week, there is going to be a free, I said it, free.
Yep, you did.
Workshop and book launch on Wednesday, August the 27th at 7:30 p.m. And it's got that yourtimetoheal.net/event. You can register at yourtimetoheal.net/event. And that is free. It's at 7:30. And if you come, I've got a special surprise for you. That's something else that's going to be coming up. But you got to be there. You got to be there.
Come on now. Y'all, get into this book, okay? It has launched. And before y'all go over there to her event, make sure that you watch this episode at 7 o'clock p.m. and then go over there at 7:30 because it's going to be launching on the same day. This episode is launching on the same day. So, y'all, get into this book because I'm excited. I am just so happy for her, and she is doing so much for the community and inspiring people. So, get into that book, buy that book, okay, y'all? So, another question I have for you. How do you guide clients to rebuild their sense of identity after a life-altering event?
Could you repeat your question?
I got you. So the question is, how do you guide clients to rebuild their sense of identity after a life-altering event?
Well, again, to go through the framework and then, like I said, take a step at a time. And I also, we use tools. We have devotionals. I'm actually, this month, I'm going to be working with the publisher to actually do a workbook, to do an enhancement for my coaching clients so they can have that as a tool also. But I do also encourage them to do daily affirmations, depending on their whether, because everybody, like I said, does not believe in God. Also do recommend some type of meditation, whether it is prayer or some other type of meditation. I also encourage with our other information that I share. I also recommend dance, some type of exercise also. Exercise, some type of physical movement is really important, because that also stimulates endorphins, also with our clients. And there are some things that they can do in addition, whether you don't have to be, physically fit and everything.
Right.
There are some chair exercises also that people can do that are sitting also. So it's not just verbal or talking coaching information. I do also recommend other activities also.
Okay. That's amazing because a lot of people don't know that, but you need to move your body. Move your body for at least
Yes.
30 minutes a day. Like, get your mind out of the situation. I know, like, when I get sick or have the flu or something, my friends, they always tell me to get out the house and just go outside for a few minutes. That sun on your skin, and it will cleanse you. So I agree with that. That follows with everything. So, yeah, me and you are on the same page with that.
And also in the book there is a bonus chapter
Okay.
also with some tools that are also in the book that also recommend also.
That's good. Come on, y'all, get
Mhm.
this book, okay? Get this book because
Now
she's
I
going in
want you as
detail.
a coaching client,
Okay,
but
now.
there are some tools in the book.
Yes. And speaking of being a coaching client, so tell us about like any projects you're working on because I know you talked about a little bit of them, but tell us about your projects and how people could book you and everything.
Okay. So you can reach out to me on my website, yourtimetoheal.net, and you can send me an email,
And let's see.
because I don't take on, and I have to be honest, I have to be exclusive
Yes.
about my number of clients that I take, because I am I didn't mention, I have over 20 years. I'm a social worker, so I have
Mhm.
over 20 years of experience also. So this I do this part-time.
Oh,
So I want to give my best to my coaching clients.
that's good. I agree. And speaking of, because you said you are a social worker, um, and also you have this as your business, how do you balance all of this and also your mental state as well?
Well, again, because of this journey, I have had to learn more about self-care for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so having to learn what I'm able to do and what I'm not able to do. And so my full-time job, fortunately, I work from home. So that's a positive. And I work Monday through I work 10-hour days, Monday through Thursday. And a lot of balancing, calendars and things of that nature. And that's why I had mentioned before that I started this as a result of the initial book that I started. So my goal as a social worker is do no harm. So that's why I am not going to take on 50 clients and not be able to give clients the best. I will be working with clients exclusively.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. All right. And lastly, give yourself one more thing. Give yourself a big old shout out to where people can follow you.
So my business is RJW Guidance Services, and you can follow me on Facebook also and Instagram.
Okay. All right now. And I want to thank you so, so much for coming on Never Gave Denied podcast today.
And can I say one more thing for the
yeah.
book?
Go ahead. Do your thing.
And so one thing that I usually like to end with is I am the story. I am not what broke me. I am what rose from it. I am not the silence. I am the voice that shattered it. I am not the wound. I am the wisdom. I am not the pain. I am the purpose. I am not what they did. I am what I choose to do now. To heal, to rise, to love, to live. I am the story, and I am still being written.
I love that. Come on now. I can get some snaps for that. That was a word. That was a word, okay? Yes, I love that. Y'all get into that book, okay? If you haven't already bought the book, I need you to buy that book. All right, and get in contact with Rhonda because she is dropping jewels every day. Okay, she is constantly posting, y'all. So make sure that y'all go over there and support her, okay? Yes. And remember, y'all, life was delayed, but it never gave denied. I'm your host, Annika Laquette, and you just listened to Never Gave Denied podcast with Rhonda. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
If you or someone you know has experienced sexual assault and need help, please call the National Sexual Assault Hotline, 1-800-656-4673.